How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Troy. And here at 2A News Now, you get your Second Amendment news straightforward and to the point with no BS added in. I got a real good one for you guys today. The schemes I'm going to talk about today were orchestrated and largely operated by New York City employees, which involved making ghost guns with 3D printers. And then it was found out that the same people had committed pandemic assistance fraud and burglary. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg on Thursday announced the indictment of 18 individuals, many of them city employees, for allegedly manufacturing ghost guns with 3D printers, while also defrauding the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program and ultimately burglarizing a residence. The investigation started with ghost guns, but led to the discovery of fraud and burglary, the takedown of a sophisticated ghost gun manufacturing operation, uncovering wide-ranging crimes, including the link to a massive fraud and planned burglary. The indictment stemmed from an investigation into a ghost gun factory in Cliffy Thompson's East Village apartment. Thompson was indicted in January of 2023 as a result of the ongoing investigation, which led to the discovery of 2 additional ghost gun allegations. One of the allegations led to an investigation into 56-year-old Craig Freeman and someone they're calling co-conspirator 1, who had not been named because of pending arraignment. Both suspects worked at the Barbara Kleeman shelter in Brooklyn for the Department of Homeless Services, DHS. Freeman and the co-conspirator are charged with 4th-degree conspiracy for purchasing ghost gun parts and making weapons between May 14, 2022 and January 13, 2023. The co-conspirator allegedly shared 3D printing files, templates, and links with Freeman so he could build weapons. Some of the templates were titled 9mm bullet, Glock auto switch, magazine body and right side frame. As we all know, a Glock switch is a part that can be printed on a 3D printer and can be attached to a semi-automatic gun to turn it into an automatic pistol. Co-conspirator 1 and 25-year-old Adrian Manigault have been charged with 4th-degree conspiracy for buying ghost gun parts and manufacturing weapons. From May 14, 2022 to January 21, 2023, the defendants allegedly purchased hundreds of dollars worth of 3D printing machines and materials as well as ghost gun parts. The AG's office said Manigault and the co-conspirator texted each other links on where to purchase the parts and materials, and often shared pictures and videos of finished products. Manigault was also charged with tampering with physical evidence after allegedly helping to get rid of evidence before investigators could execute a search warrant. Evidence uncovered in the investigation led to even more discoveries of pandemic unemployment assistance fraud, led by co-conspirator 1 and 35-year-old Chardry Baker, also an employee of DHS. AG Bragg said Baker worked at DHS until becoming an employee with the New York Police Department. You just can't make this stuff up. She was terminated by the NYPD in 2023 and rehired by the DHS. You gotta be kidding me. Baker and the co-conspirator, along with several other DHS employees, are accused of using their positions to steal personal information that identified unsuspecting individuals, including homeless people, to commit fraud. Along with co-conspirator 1, Baker and Freeman, 36-year-old Latricia Kitchens, 38-year-old Garrett Wetzel, both who are DHS employees, and 12 other defendants have been charged with 4th-degree frauding the PUA program. DA Bragg said many of the defendants were also charged with 1st-degree grand larceny and other crimes. From April 17, 2020 until October 5, 2021, the defendants allegedly took the personal identifying information and submitted fraudulent PUA claims to the New York State Department of Labor in their name and without their knowledge. Once the claims were approved, the Department of Labor issued bank cards to the addresses provided on the applications, which were sometimes their own home addresses. I guess since they were doing so well that later in the process, the defendants used an address on the Upper East Side mail route. For co-conspirator number 3 was a United States Postal employee. The USPS employee would intercept the mail and provide the cards to the other defendants. The DA alleges the defendants filed 170 false applications worth $1.2 million in payouts. The money was used to support lavish lifestyles that enabled trips to Mexico and Tanzania. Some of the other defendants in the PUA fraud scheme was 30-year-old Shanice Roberts, who worked as an NYPD school safety agent, 32-year-old Dwayne Bell, who worked with the New York City Housing Authority, 33-year-old David Barr, who was an MTA employee, and 43-year-old Sabur Khalifa, who also worked for the United States Postal Service. In the fourth indictment, the AG's office charged 34-year-old Shamir Robbers Bakers and other defendants with second-degree burglary after they allegedly broke into co-conspirator one's apartment on November 23, 2020. From November 15th to November 23, 2020, Baker allegedly sent a text saying, co-conspirator one was holding thousands of dollars of the group's proceeds from the PUA fraud in a safe in his apartment. That led to co-conspirator one's apartment being burglarized under Baker's direction. Well, that's a lot to unpack, isn't it? But basically you had an investigation into New York City employees running some type of a ghost gun factory and using 3D printers to make ghost gun parts, which of course is illegal in New York. But as it happens a lot, you look into one crime and then you find a lot of other crimes. Now, of course, here is the big question. Since this is happening in Democrat New York City, and these are beloved New York City employees, and this is just an indictment, will they all be found guilty? And if some or all of them are found guilty, will they get the book thrown at them? Or will they just get a slap on the wrist and say, don't do it again, and not do any jail time at all? As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts about today's video in the comment section down below. And if you appreciate the information that I gave you in the video, and you would like to continue to help the channel out and help it grow, please just take a few seconds of your time to like, share, and subscribe and hit those post notifications. And I invite you to come on back and watch my next video.